Should I sell my Ninja 500? So I just bought this bike a couple months ago and finally got all the upgrades done to make it look and perform how I wanted. The mods that I've done include a slip-on exhaust, some new levers, I did a TST tail tidy, some minimal debadging to give it a cleaner look, installed a quad lock so I can see where I'm going when I don't know where I'm going, and finally a new windscreen and some frame sliders. And those last two parts I actually just installed, so let's kick it back to the garage, see how that installation went, and do a photo shoot now that the bike's all done.
Okay, to start we need to remove the side fairings. It's a pretty straightforward process. All you need to do is remove your passenger seat, then your main seat, and then work your way up from the main seat to the headlight, removing all bolts and fasteners. Okay, now time to unbox the frame sliders. I prefer the look of these compared to the OEM ones. Realized I didn't have the right size socket for my torque wrench, so I had to head to the place to fix that. Definitely need to torque this to spec considering it utilizes motor mount bolts. Important note, only install one frame slider at a time. If you take out the bolts simultaneously on both sides, it will create engine sag. And for proper risk-free installation of this, I would make the bike level. Go ahead and give the plastics a test fit and be sure the bracket is angled properly. Torque spec for the bracket is 32 foot-pounds. Once the bracket is properly installed, begin installing your side fairings. Start with the nose up by the headlight and then work your way back to the seat as shown here. And then finally, all there's left to do is just install the actual frame sliders. Now it's time to install the windscreen. I picked up a zero gravity double bubble windscreen. This should give me some additional wind protection, and along with, I like the tint, it makes the dash much easier to read. Super simple install. All you have to do is just remove both your mirrors, fit the new windscreen, and then reinstall the mirrors. Now it's time to appreciate that this bike is finally complete.
Really love the way this came out. Is a mint looking 500 in my opinion. But that brings us to the question of the day, am I selling this bike? And the short answer is maybe. Why would I sell this bike and what is next? Well, as most of you guys know, my two favorite things to do on these two-wheel machines is ride trails and do wheelies. Don't get me wrong, love ripping the canyons on this, going for a good highway ride. Don't want that to leave my life. So even if I do sell this bike, it's not a goodbye, it's just a see you later to sport bikes. But what I'm running into is I'm ready to start wheeling this bike, or wheeling gas bikes in general. So I started doing some baby clutch ups and some power wheelies on this, and it got me feeling guilty because as we all know and I figured out on my recent journey learning how to hit balance point on my Talaria, you're gonna wreck and drop your bike in that process. So for me to properly learn clutch ups and hit balance point on bigger gas bikes, I mean, come on, we know there's gonna be some wrecks along the way. And this is a mint brand new bike. Like, I don't wanna drop it, I don't wanna replace the fairings. So I thought, what's a good solution to this, or what options do I have? And I think I've narrowed it down to two. Option A is I keep this bike and just buy a clapped out lot Grom or Z125. And while I'm practicing on that bike for a season, I can just use this bike for another year of commuting and getting around town like I am now. The second option, I could sell this bike and then go get a cheaper supermoto like a KLX 300 or something, and then learn to wheelie on that. And then in a season or two, when I got clutch ups on lock, I can buy another bigger sport bike if I want. They both have their pros and cons. I mean, on one hand, I think I can learn on a Grom or a mini bike pretty fast, and then keep it and it'd help me progress to more advanced tricks if I ever wanted to. But on the other hand, I think the supermoto would still be pretty tameable and easy enough to learn on. And in the meantime, we could explore around and have fun. I'm not gonna lie, I love sport bikes or street bikes, but sometimes it does bum me out when I'm riding in an area and I find a cool gravel road or a little side quest that I wanna do, but I mean, you just can't do it on these. I would be sad to let this bike go so soon. I mean, this is just a great machine to get around town. I know this isn't the fastest, but it gets amazing gas mileage, rides like butter, and overall, I still have a great time every time I hop on this thing. Let me know your guys' thoughts. What should I do? Is it time to sell the Ninja, or do I just add another bike to the fleet? But that's gonna do it for this one. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch y'all next video.